So have you ever wanted to just be more authentic, more high status, and somebody that people are very, very attracted to with total ease just by evolving your communication? And when I say evolving your communication, I don't mean changing your communication. I mean just taking who you are now, realizing untapped potentials that you have. It's you. It's still you. It's still authentic. It has to be congruent. But taking that and showing you the untapped potential that you don't even know that you have. Okay? It's like as if there's oil under the ground. It's already there. You are the oil. I'm just showing you how to tap into it and how to pull yourself out. You ever want to do that? Well, we're going to be doing that today. We're going to be going into the most hardcore communication clinic that you've ever seen in your entire life. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise you, if you watch this and you internalize it, your life is going to change dramatically. So lock in and watch this all the way to the end. Now, if you'd actually like to come and do this in person and you'd like to do it completely for free, I also do free events all over the country. And this will probably be my final year doing free events because I'm going to be starting a podcast next year. So as my final free tour, I'm going to be doing New York City, Boston, Philly, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Houston, Austin, Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Vegas, Phoenix, Orlando, Miami. I've just added Nashville, Atlanta, and Charlotte to do a little tour of the South. And then I'm going to do Chicago and Honolulu. And then I am wrapping it up. I'm done. So if you ever want to learn from me in person, what I recommend that you do is you click the link below and you sign up for that right now, because what's going to happen is I'm going to start engaging you immediately. I'm going to put you inside a free group. We're going to be doing free Zoom calls, all sorts of stuff leading up to prepare you for the free event, to help you to build a network. The people that you meet at the free event are amazing. The energy is amazing. You've got to be there in real life. Don't just watch this and say, oh, that was cool. Also come in real life. Now, if you sign up for that immediately, the other cool thing about it is that it guarantees that you get a great seat. Sometimes these pack out the door. Sometimes you get stuck at the back. So even if your events a year out, sign up right now. And lastly, as before we hop into this, what I also say is that if you'd like to see some of the best lessons from the free event just right now, you just like to see it right now, I'd recommend that you fly in for it, you experience it in person because all the energy and networking. But if you want to see the best lessons, there's also a completely free course that you can get that goes step by step in small, short, concise videos that are very to the point and very how-to on how to make money, how to get better social skills, and how to be spiritually tapped in. So you can actually get the free course as well, okay? So anyway, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. I'm looking forward to everybody who I'm going to be seeing on the East Coast, actually coming up in New York, Boston, Philly, and D.C. is coming up actually in the next week and the week after that. Looking forward to meeting up with you, and I hope that you enjoy this free communication clinic. It's going to change your life. Let's do it. A lot of high-level coaches literally think it's insanity to deal with anybody other than rich people, because somebody, again, in coaching, but again, most coaches won't say this to you, but I'm just trying to teach you, A, because many of you will have clients and become a coach, and B, you've got to figure out where you want to stand on this equation, and I'll tell you where I stand. And number 3 is also because I'm understanding the law of investment. So what happens, a lot of coaches think it's insanity because when you deal with somebody who's, say, a $25K an hour client, this is a typical sales process. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, I was thinking of doing some one-on-one work with you. Cool. Yeah, it's $25K an hour. Okay, cool. How can I process that? Okay, it's like this. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, peace. It's done. Right? They'll skip half their phone calls. Even when I yell at them, I berate them. I'm like, get on the freaking phone call. They're skipping half the time. It's hard to even get them on the phone, and so on and so forth, because they don't care. That's less than a penny for them. How hard would it be to get me on the phone if you paid a third of a penny and you know that I'm kind of always there because that penny would be a lot to me? You see this? So so it's like unlimited. But then the problem is they have trouble focusing. By the way, a lot of wealthy people also do a lot of things amazing. I'm going to talk about that too. It's a double-edged sword. A lot of them do things amazing, way better than people that are broke. But what's funny is somebody, for example, when I would do, say, programs back in the day, I had some for $300. You'd have that guy in the room who's like, he's like, I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I want to do it. And he's like, okay, I'm going to pay the $300, but, my life's about to change and your life is definitely about to change because you are going to work for this. You know what I mean, right? And meanwhile, you've got this other guy on the phone who won't even show up for $25,000 an hour, but the person with the 300, they're going to have more, typically, not always, but typically, they have more limiting beliefs. They have more self-sabotage. They're angrier. They're often angry at other people. They probably are the kind of person who ruminates on negativity a lot. In many cases, not always, could be a younger person. They're probably the kind of person who has more going on that's negative in the mind, where somebody who's super successful probably, it's a chicken or the egg phenomenon. Follow this? It's a chicken or the egg phenomenon. Somebody who doesn't have all that negative noise in their head is probably going to become very wealthy. But then again, when you're very wealthy, it's also easier to eliminate the negative noise in your head. Do you see this? Do you follow that? If you didn't have the negative noise, it's easier to get wealthy. But then when you are wealthy, it's easier to eliminate the negative noise to some extent if you're like over the top wealthy. So the main idea is this. If I run an event that's 4 days like this one and I do it for free, I already know that I've done 4-day free events. Have any of you ever been to my 4-day free events? I've done 4-day free events. Whoever's been to a 4-day free event that I've done? A couple of you? Okay, what do you notice? Day 1, say you have 500 people. Day 2, 300 people. Day 3, 220 people. Day 4, 90 people by the 4th day. What percentage of people do you think will be here? This is not even an expensive event, but what do you think percentage of people do you think will be here on the 4th day? I'm going to predict it's going to be 98%. There'll be like 1 or 2 people that had to go on any given day. And other than that, everybody will be here. I could run this thing until 9 in the morning, and most people will stay here. I can do intense exercises that scare you, challenge you, and are harsh, and most of you will be here. All I had to do was get you to drop a couple bucks, and you're willing to stay for the 4 days and learn. But I'm not just someone who says, oh, I would do it for free, but really I wouldn't. I do 4-day events for free. You bring somebody up to the front, you give them harsh feedback, because they didn't pay. They don't want to, there's not an opening there. It's not an opening, right? You get them to pay a couple bucks, they're like, I paid, you tell me what I'm doing wrong. I want to know. Any of you in here, you want to know, you want critical feedback. If I don't give it to you, you'll be angry at me. But if you give that same critical feedback to a friend on the street, they're going to never talk to you again. You see how that works, right? So it's the same thing with videos that I post online. I've had videos where I'm like, this is the most informationally dense video. It's super informationally dense. Everybody's gonna love this. And that video would do, say, 30,000 views. Then I put one that's just kind of fun, and that does 400,000 views. Like Owen tools the White Knight. You know, right? Like me tooling the White Knight. And like, that's gonna do 1.2 million views. But me showing this like extremely dense information that is gonna completely, like watching me clown a White Knight, that's entertaining. You'll learn something. There's certainly something to be learned in there, but something highly informationally dense is what's gonna change your life. Critical, harsh feedback that's maybe gonna tear you down a bit to build you back up. That's probably more likely to change your life. You don't need me to be here giving you little baby kisses on the forehead, like bring you up to the front and start cuddling you and kissing your forehead. You're my Pookie Bear. You're beautiful. You're amazing, right? And you're like, okay, that's strange, right? You don't need that. You want real feedback. But ironically, now if you take a platform, say like TikTok as an example, and I were to post videos of me just like hugging somebody, because people on TikTok have invested nothing, it's the shortest form, derpiest platform ever created. They'll be derpier later. There'll probably be a platform that like, just at some point there's gonna be a platform that literally just drips dopamine directly in your brain. It's not gonna show anything, just like dopamine, more dopamine. More dopamine. It'll be like the Matrix. You'll just be in a pod providing energy for some machine or something. But that's like the trajectory here. But if you were to put that on TikTok, they would actually like a video, just 2 people saying, you're enough, and a hug, because they're not ready yet. They're not even willing to invest half an hour to watch a free video. They're not willing to invest 12 seconds. They're not ready to invest 12 seconds. So they're not at a point where they're ready to learn or expand. This is what you'll generally find. People that are coping in life, what they want to do is trash talk other people because it makes them feel better by comparison and it gives them dopamine, and they want to be complimented. They want to be complimented while trash talking other people to feel better. There's entire channels in social media just dedicated trash, which gives people that are not doing much in life a feeling of dopamine. Could be funny too. I'm not saying, I'm not like morally, I'm not like, oh, it's all wrong, it's wrong. I'm not saying that. But let's also recognize what it is. The majority of viewers watching that are at less than $25,000 of your personal income. They're probably not very healthy, et cetera, et cetera. That's just reality, right? People that are very, very successful, they actually get excited when other people win because they believe that if somebody else won, they can replicate it. So they're like, let me see visions of people winning so I can go replicate that. Where somebody at low status, they see somebody else winning, they want to tear it down because they don't feel they could replicate it. They feel at the effect of life, not at the cause. Likewise, somebody who's at a high level, they want critical feedback because if you have the belief that critical feedback will be utilized to make your life better, you're like, lay it on me. I want critical feedback. But if you feel at the effect of life and hopeless, you hate critical feedback because it makes you feel just bad about yourself. You're like, look, I'm kind of just drowning here. I'm drowning. I don't need you to push me down further. I'm already drowning. So the best move for people in deep coping is just to give them a hug, tell them they're beautiful, tell them they're amazing, tell them they can do what they can't, but you tell them they can, and that's what they care more about, hearing a lie than hearing the truth. And basically then say, oh, those other people suck. They're like, yeah, they suck. Yeah, we're the good ones. Yeah, we're the good ones. What losers? Yeah, I'm beautiful, right? Thank you. That's people at a low level in coping. At a high level, it's like, look, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me where I can improve. Like I do one-on-one coaching. My one-on-one vocal coach, Roger Love, he coached Eminem, Michael Jackson, Prince, all these different people coaching me on vocal. vocal. I still got a long way to go to make him proud, but I'm working on it. But point being is that a coach like him, I'm paying him, astronomical amounts of money one-on-one. I don't go to him to want him to give me a kiss on the forehead. He imitates me. He's like, "Hi, I'm Owen." That's what I sound like. And he clowns me and imitates me to show me where I'm going wrong. If he's good enough for Eminem and Michael Jackson and Prince, he's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at here is that because I'm invested, I want that feedback. But if Roger were to go give that exact same feedback to a random person on the street, like, "Hi, that's what I sound," they'd be like, "Oh my God, ah," and they'd run away crying probably. They'd be mad at him. So understand, everybody here, just by getting y'all to invest a little touch, now what happens is you're ready to learn. Is everybody in here ready to learn? Yeah. Okay, does everybody in here want real feedback? Yeah. Okay, is anybody here going to be sad if I say something that's not a baby kiss on the forehead? No. Does anybody here want me to bring them up now and give them, and just start kissing your forehead and say, yeah? Okay, but that's the idea that, look, some people, if you see me on the street, I am the exact opposite of what you're going to see me here as this weekend. Like, you see me on the street, someone like, "I'm smoking this blunt all night." I'm like, "Smoke it." They're like, "Yeah, I'm going to go eat this Big Mac." I'm like, "Yeah, you eat it. You're awesome. Yeah, eat that Big Mac." They're like, "I don't want to work. I don't want to get a job." I'm like, "You shouldn't. Forget about work. Don't get a job." That's what I look like on the street because I'm off the clock and I know they don't want to hear it. I'm not saying they're swine, but there's a quote from the Bible: "Don't put your pearls before swine or they will trample you underfoot." I'm not saying they're swine. It's okay. I'm not calling anybody, but it's a human that has the potential. All humans are beautiful, but just understand that you don't want, and I know that pulls the energy out of the room a bit, but let's be honest. If you try to give this kind of information that you're going to be getting this weekend, honestly, do you think the average person can process any of this? No, they can't. So it's not on you to go, giving everybody critical feedback who you meet. These are people who basically what happens is that for some of us, yeah, maybe we just want to be complimented. But then you hit a point in life where you're like, okay, this is cool. People tell me I'm nice. People tell me I'm good in our kind of like nerfed society. Do you know what I mean by nerf society? Like everything's like a Nerf ball now. Like everything has to be unoffensive and little all the edges of the table have to be covered in padding. It's like you got to be like a little kid in the corner with a helmet and a crayon, just bashing your head on the wall with it, just like this, right? It's like nothing can hurt. We live in a society now that is so much like all the edges are nerfed. People are afraid to hurt each other's feelings, which is fine. There's no point in being a jerk to people proactively for no reason. But you want to come here and you want to get that feedback. You want to see where you're going wrong. We can look at all of you here and see hundreds of places that you're blowing it, that you're making mistakes, and there's many places that I'm making mistakes. So that's why I have coaches for areas that I'm struggling in, and you're here to get coaching as well. Because at some point you hit a point where you say, you know what? As nice as it is to be given a kiss on the forehead, I want to actually learn something, and I want to have a broader range of experiences in life. That doesn't mean that being a millionaire or having all these people to date or be friends with or travel, that's not going to automatically make you happy. There's plenty of people who have that are very unhappy. But have you ever just thought maybe I'd like to have a broader range of experience? You ever feel that way? You just want to have a broader range of experience? You ever feel that way? You're just like, I just like to do more. I just like to try things. Like when you guys see videos of me in Montana, taking my 2-year-old kid up into the mountains, do you need to go up into the mountains with your children to be happy? No, but would it be cool? Yeah, when you would see old videos of me, say, doing, the dating type stuff, do you need that to be happy? But could it be fun to do that? Could it be entertaining to do that? Right? Do you notice the false dichotomy? When you guys see me, say, in a mansion in the Hollywood Hills or at a top-notch party, do you need to do that to be happy? No. Not in the slightest. I know many people who have all that and more that are miserable. But could it be cool to broaden your experiences? Yeah. Right? So do you see the false dichotomy between money doesn't buy happiness, and then that suddenly becomes don't make money? Right. You see that? No. Instead, what you do is become happy from within yourself, and they would teach in, say, a book like the Bhagavad Gita, or you could read books like the Tao Te Ching. You could read the Bible and many other things. These transcendent texts that have stood the test of time that talk about a love for the process itself, a love of the process itself. I can come in here and I can make money while doing this and help you, but I can also love this. My goal is to have the most fun of anybody here. That's my goal. I want to have more fun than anybody here. And I want you all to have as much fun as I can make you have. But I'm a little bit competitive. So my challenge to myself is to have the most fun of anybody here. And all of you should have that in your mind, that little competitiveness. I'm going to have the most fun of anybody here. That's my mindset. So you can be successful and broaden your range of experiences while enjoying it. You can get critical feedback and have that faith. Wait a minute, if I get this critical feedback, I can use it. But you've got to believe that you can use it, okay? You've got to have that belief. I can use this critical feedback that I'm going to get this weekend. So and this is more superstitious, and I can't prove this, but this is just my personal subjective beliefs that I'm not trying to put on anybody at all. I'm not imposing my beliefs on you. But if you want to know just how I feel at a personal note inside myself, I believe that God puts these lessons in front of us, and this is a part of our growth into that next level in God's plan. I truly believe that. Whether it's communication, what is communication? The ability for you to show what's inside yourself transparently and reach out to other people. The ability to adapt to situations. How about things like what we're going to show you about how to make money? That's that ability to offer more value to society and to learn how to present that. It's part of your expansion. Things like trauma healing, fixing what's going on inside so that we can get out of coping and into thriving. I believe personally, I'm not putting this on anybody at all, but in my mind, we are being here prepared for that next level in that larger purpose of humanity, that next level that's going to be so beautiful, but we got to get there together, okay? So that's really what I'm here to show you. And again, even just kind of tying it back to how I started this, what I was saying is that people, you have to have that powerful outreach, things like shifting communication and things like that, but also a boundary. You see that? So as you sit here learning this weekend about what it is that we're teaching and you see how far you go, look at how that enriches you and how you change through this process this weekend. And then ask yourself, how can you use that exact same formula so that you can put out good vibes, but still have a boundary so that people will invest in you and then actually offer them more? Because giving and giving and giving without a boundary and without receiving is codependent, it is desperate, and it is evil because it will suck the life out of you. It'll just suck you dry. But taking and taking and taking without giving is called being a creep. Giving without receiving is a codependent. Taking without giving is a creep. What I want to show you this weekend is how to give and receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. You get the point here, okay? That's what I'm trying to show you. And notice that when you do that at a high level and having that great vibe, but also a boundary, then what happens is that you can give at an even higher level. And that's really why everybody who's here is here, because we use our communication skills and we use social media skills, all of which we're focusing on this week, okay? This weekend, all of it. We got to you and showed you really cool stuff. Then what we said is if you want to go a touch deeper, take a program. And now we can just go in here, and I'm going to be working with each and every one of you throughout the weekend, getting into your groups, getting in there. He's going to be getting in there, and we're going to just do the most awesome transformation work and go very, very deep. But you've got to be ready to take feedback that could be a little bit like, oof, why? Because you're like, you know what? I believe it can help me, and I believe that I can have a broader range of experiences. Again, you don't need money or dating or travel or any of that to be happy, but it's just cool. It's just cool. So, and learning to be happy inside without even any of that in terms of your inner growth and spiritual growth, we'll be focusing and talking about that as well. This will be exercise driven, a lot less talking than you're used to at a free event, and a lot of just exercise over the next few days. Okay, so this is really about you. It's going to be us guiding you through it, jumping you into groups, and then myself and my team will be jumping into the groups and kind of showing you all this different stuff. Okay, does this all sound good? Yeah. Okay, you guys excited? Yeah. You excited for yourself? Yeah. How pumped are you? Yeah. How pumped? 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 Okay, good. It's my job to keep you engaged for a long time. I got to keep you engaged for a long time. Okay, but this will be very dense and very, very, very focused. Now, as far as what you're learning here from Sid right now, you're seeing a lot of different communication exercises. Is it beginning to start to make sense? Are you beginning to see maybe why you couldn't talk, or maybe why you were struggling to hook attention, or what was going on? Is it beginning? Is the picture getting clear? What are some ways that it's getting a little bit clearer? Could you share with me and Sid?
The types of fatigues.
No, but look. Hey, okay. We'll get back right now on the feedback, okay? So we've sitting here showing you how to communicate, and then look what you're doing right now, okay? And we got to beat this the whole weekend. You're like, and I love that you spoke up, by the way, because I'm going to scare you all from, now you're like, I'm not speaking of it. Okay, I'm like, not doing this right. But you're like, the fatigues, right? I'm like, all right, who can share now? And you're like, the fatigues, okay? So show me using just some of the, the shifts in communication that we're looking at here, what is it exactly that you learn?
Yeah, you have to use your voice to engage everybody. Engage him and engage the group.
Okay. And look at this. Okay, you guys know, you know, like sometimes like when I'm at a free event and if somebody doesn't come, I look so frustrated. It's because without something like this, most likely, not for sure, but most likely, you would have done this for the rest of your life. Do you understand what that will cost you financially if you just keep, and relationship-wise, attraction-wise, social-wise, all that? And not only that, but what's inside yourself that will have to shift for you to change this effortlessly. That's why I look so, do you guys see, like, even with you, when I'm like, you gotta be here, you gotta be here. No, because like, I don't wanna be doing that, but it scares me because I know that what we're gonna fix this weekend is gonna fix a lifetime of problems, okay? So right now, you've gotta decide, in your mind, right now, I'm not mic'd, by the way. I should be. I really should be doing what he's doing because it's a long event. But look at my voice. It's bumping out. If this was on a video, you can't even hear it. It would just sound like, right now. You're not going to, it's like this, but you're only going to hear it. It caps it in the recording, okay? But look at how I'm communicating. If I'm in a bar or club, hey, come here, right? Things that, you see what I'm doing here? That's what's going to give you the edge, okay? So again, what is it?
Edge.
The fatigues.
Say it.
The fatigue.
Okay, come up here now. Get up here now. Now. All right. Okay. I didn't want you to make me have to do this. Okay, say the fatigues.
The fatigues, the three
Okay.
fatigues.
Hey, it's the 3 fatigues.
Hey, it's the 3 fatigues.
It's getting better. Hey, it's the 3 fatigues.
Hey, it's the 3 fatigues.
Look what he's got. Hey, it's the 3 fatigues.
Hey, it's the 3 fatigues.
Did you guys realize that was inside him? Yeah. Okay, good. Very good. Right? Now, by the way, and this is a very commonly misunderstood thing in what we teach. People think that we're training you to talk like this all day. No. It's like stretching a balloon, so now it's looser. So now you could just be talking like a regular person, just having a chat, and go, what? Right out of nowhere, and then it spikes it, and then they laugh. Okay? So it's not meant that you're always in that mode, but it's like stretching a balloon. If you stretch it initially, later when you deflate it to a normal level, you have that range of expression. So it's not meant to make you have to put on a character all the time as a public speaker, trying to engage a crowd. But what it is, trying to hold attention for 4 days. But it's that ability to do this at times that's going to help you. You come up here too, okay? Now, again, the 3 fatigues. Tell the audience about the 3 fatigues.
Hey! It's the 3 fatigues!
Amazing. Now do it without even yelling. Hey! Okay, watch this. I'm not even yelling, but it booms. Hey, the 3 fatigues. You notice how it's even like I'm speaking normal, and yet it's piercing to the back of the room? Do you guys see that? That's really where the sweet spot is too. So I like beginning with yelling as an initial step, but later, I'm not even speakered up right now. I should be. I'm going to do the smart way because it's such a long event, but I'm not using speakers. Hey, the 3 fatigues. And by the way, as far as attraction goes, if you're at the other end of the room, you're like, hey, good to meet you. Like that, just that vocal tone, hey, good to meet you. Do you see how, now again, it's capped in the video. You can't, that's why it's so good to be here live. You cannot sense it through video. But have you ever heard something like that, where somebody could even be in a far corner like this? Hey, good to meet you. You see how that feels? Like you can hear me perfectly in the back. That's not a normal sound. In the video, it sounds completely normal. I sound like I'm being nuts. But if you're here, talk to me from the back right now. Yep. Say, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Do you guys see the difference? Yeah. Now, because look, this is not connected speakers. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
This is the hidden trick behind it, like 99% of what I'm doing. Just that looseness in the voice alone. Hey, how are you doing? Now notice it's booming. Again, can't hear this at home because the mic caps it. The mic won't let that much volume go through. It would distort it. Hey, my name's Owen. You see that, right? You see that? Hey, my name's Owen. It's that subtle power there where the primitive part of the mind says, that's the leader. And by the way, people who see this, they can't believe that some high-pitched voice, green little man, balding ginger who looks like a leprechaun could ever have any kind of anything, right? Because they think that transforming your status means that you would grow 4 extra inches, that that your hair would grow back, and that your voice would go down 5 octaves. Like I just magically, if I were to change my status, that I'd be like, and I'd be, hello, hi there. But that's not who I am. That's not who I am. That's not who you are. So for everybody here in this room, look, we'd all love to be, for the guys in here, 6'4" Khal Drogo, the guy from Aquaman, right? I mean, imagine that. You know, you're freaking Aquaman. You're like 6'3", beard flowing in the wind. Your hair didn't fall out yet. I guess I have a beard. But the hair didn't fall out yet. Big giant muscles. Hey, I'm the Aquaman guy, right? But that's not what transforming your status or your expression or being who you are is. I'm naturally lightly autistic. I have Asperger's. That means that my mind works really quick. You ever see people like lightly autistic or autistic playing a piano and they're like like that, right? That's how my brain is. Now, I used to try to slow that down, and I used to try to open my legs wide and, hey, what's up? And I tried to be that person, try to be that macho guy. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. I think people that can do that, that's amazing. That wasn't gonna be me. But if I can accept that that's not gonna be me, and I can express myself freely, and I can be the kind of person where I would have loved to have been that, born a billionaire, 6'4", never go bald, deep voice. That would have been amazing. But that's not how I was born. So instead, what I can do is I can own who I am and love who I am, and then just bring that freely. Now, notice that as I'm speaking right now, my voice is going in the back, but it's not that I'm forcing it. It's that I'm not stopping it. And what all of you are doing in this room is stopping it. And so there's a great misconception. Sometimes I'll bring people to the front, and people will see videos of that, and they think I'm trying to change them. No, I'm trying to put you back to normal. I'm trying to put you back to normal. While I can yell, some of my videos I'm yelling to 600 people. Think about that. I'm yelling to 600 people without a mic. That's pretty wild, right? But the truth is, in a room like this, it's not 600 people. It's a big crowd, not 600 people. I can talk, but it's not that I'm really forcing anything, is it? What am I really doing? I'm just not, that's exactly it. I'm just not blocking myself. I'm just not blocking myself. So this is me being myself. More so, at least. And there's always layers to it. Next year, I'll be even more myself. Next year, I'll be even more myself. I'm blessed to make it that long. So it's not that when we get you up here, maybe expanding or yelling, that's the first step. Because you're going to have all those tensions. I want you to press through them. But as this weekend goes on, I want you to learn to be yourself just naturally in a state of release. Does this make sense? Okay? And this is going to be a way of being for you that's going to allow you to express, to be free associative, to be able to talk and talk, to be able to share your views without worrying what other people think. If you look online, go look me up. 99% of people who would make a video about me or like my stuff don't like it. And yet, I have a lot of people who love it. So to have people who love what you do have to accept? You have to be okay with something. What is it? You have to be okay with people not liking you, right? You have to be okay with people not liking you. So if now I can get it to where everybody thinks I'm okay. I can just be like, hey, I'm Owen. What's up, guys? Yeah, hey, what's up? And nobody's going to ever get mad at that. But people get very freaked out when you're going to be truly yourself, because somebody who is truly themselves creates a polarized response. Either A, it frees people to be themselves, which is beautiful, or B, for people who struggle to be themselves, it makes them angry because it's a reminder that they can't be themselves. And it's like crabs in a bucket. When they see somebody who's escaping that grind of faking, when they see that, they want to pull you back down into that. But that's okay, because what you want to do, the way that I even built our little movement was to get around really positive people. We have the most positive people who follow our stuff. People who want to grow, people who want feedback, people who don't care about the crap, people who don't get off on just looking bad on other people, but people who celebrate other people's wins. That's the kind of group we have in here. People that celebrate each other's wins and people that get excited with feedback because they know they can go use it and then they go win. I can't tell you how many people have been in my crowd maybe 10 or 20 years ago that now make hundreds of millions of dollars. People that I'm now nervous around. I'm like, wow, this person is like, they've accomplished so much. And they came through the crowd. Many of the biggest social media influencers, people that are multimillionaires, people that have businesses that have multi-billion-dollar valuations, many of whom I coach one-on-one now. It's really beautiful to see. People who build incredible social skills, people who are demoralized and transformed, people who are traumatized and release that, people who came into their own. So that is what this weekend is about, okay? I'm gonna rig up my mic in a second, but that's our little intro. Everybody here excited for that kind of transformation? Yeah! All right, amazing, amazing. Could you guys give him a hand too? Yeah! I'm gonna bring you up again soon too. Okay, great. Okay, just getting you in the spirit of this, okay? And I'm showing you as I'm doing this how I'm using my voice. Do you see how I'm using my communication? Is it making a bit more sense what we're shooting at here? I'm trying to focus your reticular activation system on the communication, okay? And you're only going to feel that fully when you're here. But let's jump into our next one.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, back to what he was saying about having a nerfed up society and things like that. As we go on and society gets weaker and weaker and weaker, you're going to see people's tonality shift as well. So what kind of tonality do you think people are having if they're more in a weak state of mind?
Hi, how are you? How are you doing?
Monotone. Or what else? Say it. What's that?
Quiet.
Quiet, tense. What else?
Shy.
Where's their tonality going to inflect? It's going to go upward. Show me an example of trying for rapport tonality where the tonality goes upward.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Wait. Stand up. All right. Start speaking.
About what?
So he's very, very neutral. Do you guys see that? Very monotone. Keep speaking.
It's hard for me to express like some feelings, so that's why probably.
Who was the guy who was doing the
Yeah,
try?
Russia, I don't want to stereotype, but Russia and Ukraine, I've seen just personally, I think there's like a lot of kind of collective trauma that can occur there in many cases. And so a lot of the people who speak, it's very like, yes, like it's very poker faced.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's me.
yeah, and my friends are like that. My friend Evie is like that. You know, you remember Evie?
Yeah.
He's a Ukrainian guy actually who I used to work with a lot. So he had that same challenge that he had as the poker face, and people feel like he's not expressive, but he's a real freaking person, you know. But he just struggles to like express that.
Quick question. Are we gonna work about the traumas and all this stuff a little bit in this?
Yeah, if you ever want to learn a ton about trauma, join Julian's program because it's the whole thing. Okay, you can always chat me about that. But we will definitely cover it this weekend.
And we're going to do a lot of range of expression exercises to help you with this. So you stay standing up. Who was the guy who did that little try and report tonality in the back? You stand up as well. Show us try and report tonality.
Hey, how you doing?
So
Or do it without even the voice on it. Yeah.
caricature.
How you doing? My name is Rose.
No. Is that your actual voice? No. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, no character. Just like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
You're very pretty.
You doing okay? I love you. Okay, so all right, just real quick. You stay standing up. How do you guys feel when he talks? No, but what do you guys feel? Nothing. Okay, what else? What else are you guys feeling?
I feel safe and less threatened.
What kind of emotions does he elicit out of you? Wait, who said soft? All right, good. It feels soft. It feels weak. But here's the thing. It goes way beyond just him doing that tonality, because as he speaks, whoever he's speaking to, their subconscious is going to pick up a whole picture of this person. They're going to think he's weak, he's low status, he's soft, he has no friends, he has no mating opportunities, he has low status.
Did you explain the whole idea that with too many options you go BR? Did you explain that aspect?
No, not yet.
Okay, you want to tell them that?
Yeah, sure. So like when you're speaking in a breaking rapport tonality, automatically you guys are going to infer that I have a boundary. You guys are going to infer that I have too many options, that I have abundance, okay? Neutral rapport tonality, you're kind of in between. You kind of have some options. You're kind of middle status. You're not low status. You're not high status either. But the problem with neutral rapport tonality is you bore people, as we already said. You bore them. So that's the difference between the three. If you're being inundated by people, you're not going to be like, hey, how are you? Can I pander to you? Can I give you my precious time? It's not going to happen at all. Boom, the boundary gets set with your tonality.
But then ironically, when you do that, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because then everybody starts to want things from you. You see that? So when you add that tonality plus the projection plus it's effortless in a release state, that starts getting you a lot of people wanting to be around you.
When people listen to you, they're deciphering a certain pattern in their mind. And when you take them through a range of expression, when you speak, you're creating a dissonance in that pattern. So it forces the other person's mind to engage. You understand that? When you speak in monotone, the audience's mind is not forced to engage because it all sounds the same. When it's going up and down, the audience's mind is forced to engage. It's forced to engage. You guys understand that? Yeah.
I'd like some clarification on one of Owen's examples earlier.
Remember what we were telling him earlier?
So I'd like to know.
Even more. I'd like to know.
I'd like to know.
I'd like to know.
I'd like to know.
I'd like.
I'd like.
I'd like.
I'd like.
He's got it. He's got it. Yeah, this is good. This is good.
I'd like to know.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now just talk like that forever. Okay. No, we're pulling out the balloon to make it comfortable.
Earlier you said you want to use a breaking.
It's a subtly rapport-breaking tonality that looks like you're not even doing it on purpose, because you're not.
Right.
So it's.
And then you say people want to engage with you after you use that tone.
Yeah, because it's okay. Human beings, we're spiritual beings. Our spirit is housed inside our body, but there's a physical intelligence that's there. So if I put amazing food in front of you, your mouth's gonna start watering. You start getting your stomach's gonna start producing acid. If I put someone very attractive in front of you and they are disrobed and they are, making all sorts of interesting sounds and things like that, you're gonna get aroused, right? So in the same way, if somebody's confident and they're a leader, you're gonna want their approval. In fact, one of the most important things I think anybody can do in this whole thing is this is a very weird thing to say, but I still think it's very important. Look for for the guys in here, look for men that are short and that are not really good looking and are not even wealthy, and that for whatever reason you find yourself caring a lot about their approval. Because this is something I talk with Sid about is me and him are the biggest Kobe fans I've ever, me and him happen to be independently the biggest Kobe fans ever. And we love Kobe, right? And we like big time winners like Tom Brady, but there's something to be said for also looking at not Kobe. You know what I mean? Because maybe you should look at somebody like a Derek Fisher type who is just like a consistent role player every year, because I'm not that person with those genes. Sid's not that person with those genes. Maybe you're not that person with those genes, right? Kobe or Michael Jordan or LeBron James, they were a combination of the best genes and also the best effort, right? A lot of people say about Tom Brady, though, he was actually picked very, very low. So he could be an incredible example of somebody who worked on his body, and so he could be an example of that. But the thing is that try to find examples of people that, are not 6'5" and rich and celebrities, but who, for whatever reason, you kind of want their approval. They're kind of the center of attention. They're kind of cooler than you. They're kind of more popular than you. They're kind of maybe more, socially free than you, and they have more fun than you. Maybe they're really popular and they go to clubs and they've always got the most attractive people around them, and they did that using the force of their personality. So you want to be looking at that, and then be aware of how you emotionally respond to that, and then you can begin to become that as well, okay? One of my old role models is Eazy-E. Obviously, he had a lot of, did a lot of bad things, clearly, but he also was somebody who was short, and he had a high-pitched voice, and he was a little thug, and that kind of thing, right? It was like Eazy-E, he was not somebody who you'd expect to be that successful, but he stood out, right? His voice really stood out. I have a higher tone voice as well, so it stands out. Rather than me trying to, hey, what's up? Yeah, try to do that whole thing, just go where my voice wants to go and owning it the way that Eazy-E would have. So just become aware of exactly how you communicate when you're at a point where you don't want approval, when you don't care about approval, when you've got too many options. In some environments in your life, you're going to have way too many options. In other environments in your life, you're going to be in a scarcity of options. Notice how your vocal tone changes when you're in scarcity. Notice how your vocal tone changes when you're in abundance. Look at how your body language changes when you're in abundance or scarcity. Look at how your eye contact changes when you're in abundance or scarcity. Look at how your reticular activation system reacts when you're in abundance or scarcity. Where's my, when you're in abundance and you're winning, you're kind of just focused on what you're doing. You can always see the most attractive people, they'll tend to, and you don't need to copy this, but I'm just saying to be aware of it, they tend to walk a bit more of a straight line. If you see someone walk in a bar who's really attractive, they tend to kind of just walk like that. They're more like this. Whereas people that are less attractive, they tend to do, and again, it's not an ironclad rule. You don't need to make more meaning out of this than it is, but something that I've noticed generally that also has exceptions. Someone less attractive is probably more like value scanning. Value scanning. You ever walk into a club where you feel like you have low value and you see yourself value scanning? You're doing a lot of this. Whereas when you've met 50 people and all these people like you and you've exchanged a lot of contact info, you're kind of just walking around, you're having fun. Hey, let's go. Right? You're just you're having fun. You're not needing anything. So observe where your selective focus is going. Observe how your voice responds. Observe how your voice opens up and doesn't stifle itself. All that stuff. The more that you observe it, then what's going to happen is you're going to start saying to yourself, well, why can't I be that person all the time? And it's going to bug you can't be that person all the time. And that's okay too. That's not bad. Because then what you're going to do is you're going to start backwards engineering. What is the kind of belief system that I engage with when I'm being that person? What is the kind of behaviors that I'm doing when I'm being that person? What I wound up doing was I would kind of stumble into that abundance here or there. When I was young, I would just stumble into it. Maybe I got to a club and I was having a little bit of fun. And I was like, whoa, this is going amazing. And I just noticed how I carried myself, how I acted. In fact, I would tend to be more self-amused rather than reaction seeking. You ever feel when you feel low status, you start reaction seeking all the time? You ever notice that? You're just always seeking reaction. I noticed that when I felt higher status and when I felt abundance, I felt a lot more like I was just entertaining myself. You know, I'd just be like sitting there, I'd just be like, make a little joke, right? I could get people to laugh just like, right? A look. When you're self-entertaining, a look gets a smile. Do you see that? A look. But when you're trying to get reaction, you're like, wiggity, wiggity, ha ha. You know, right? And it doesn't get a reaction. Like you could be trying so hard to get a reaction, but if it's trying to get a reaction, what's the reaction? It's very hard to get it. But if you're just entertaining yourself, it is the easiest thing. You could be like that, and everyone's like, ah, and when you get really good at this, it gets a little bit over the top, because what'll start happening, I'm kind of half forcing it out for the example, but when you're really doing it from a spirit of genuineness, you'll get to the point where you're so much in your own frame that if you go around professionals, like people that are a little bit more like suit and tie type, and they're a little bit more straight edge, they'll like, I would get this where I'd be in groups like EO or YPO, where it's a bunch of people that are top entrepreneurs, and I'm obviously a little bit more kind of free-spirited, and they're maybe more successful than me, but I'm successful, but you know, they're very successful. And so what would happen is I'd be in a room like that, and I would just be like that, and the whole group would be laughing uncontrollably, and I don't even know why I'm doing it. Like, I'm trying to talk business with them, right? I'd be like, yeah, and they'd all be like, ha ha, did you see his face? Did you see look at his face? And I'm like, and they're like, he's doing it more. And I'm like, what? And they're like, ah, and they just keep laughing. And they're like on the floor rolling around laughing. And I wound up making a lot of really good business connections because people are emotional creatures. And so we're at like a business meetup for networking event, and they're just bored. And they're like, let's just go look at that crazy leprechaun guy. Yeah. And they just come over and they want to talk to me. And this was all based on me training myself from going out to be more self-amused. Training myself to just be in my own frame. So what I did was I'd go out and I would observe my behavior and I'd see what I'm doing. And I'm like, wait a minute, if I stumbled into a bunch of people who like me tonight and I felt good, because back then I was too dependent on external validation, I noticed that my voice would just magically open up. I'm like, my voice is louder. It's like I'm trying less. It's like I'm exerting 10% of the energy, but my voice is booming out. Because what would happen is it relaxes. It's like it opens up. What most of us are doing is like you're holding a plop of crap, right? You're like, argh! You're like, argh! Like that. That's what you're doing to your voice, right? And then what you're doing is I say have a louder voice. It's like you're like, argh! Like this, and then you try to push it out. You're like, it's bleeding. Oh no, I have a fissure now. And you're just getting gross. So like I can't even gross myself. But okay, but that's literally what's happening. So instead, it's like no. It's like you got to come to the person and be like, relax, let it out. Like what I'm doing there. See how loud that is? I'm actually hey. Right? And it's so sad you can't hear that at home, right? But could everybody explain why people, if they watch this at home, why they have to be here? Could you explain it? Okay, how different does this sound now than watching at home?
Yeah. Completely different.
It's complete, yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, because no.
It's like a bullet train right now.
Yeah, it's like bang, bang, like that, right? But at home it sounds like this. At home it just sounds like bang, bang. Yeah, and they're like, why is it? And it sounds like hey, like this, like me just going hey now doesn't sound that different than home. But hey, but notice that I'm just you see that's crazy, right? Like hey, right? So say that I meet somebody out, hey, right? And now there's music going on, and then now I'm the greater source. You see what's happening? I'm the greater source of stimulation. Hey, right? Now there's music, right? Remember, I learned all this in really loud bars and clubs like Vegas, Hollywood, Manhattan, Miami, all that stuff. So it's like, hey, I need an opinion. Hey, come here, right? And it's like joking around like that, and then you're the center of the attention. But if you're forcing it, it's weird. So it's like, hey, how are you doing? You see what's happening here? What happens is that when you have a great night out and people are being nice to you, when you're weak and you depend on validation of other people because you're new and weak, then what happens is that you feed off that external validation initially. That's okay because you're breaking your pattern. But the key is, here's the main key to the whole thing. Don't get addicted on the external validation. Just like if somebody took a psychedelic, and I don't, but if you did, I actually don't, but if you did, the lesson isn't take more shrooms, right? For anybody here who's used say shrooms or ayahuasca as say like a medicinal thing, okay? I don't myself, but say you did. The lesson isn't like take ayahuasca every day, take shrooms every day, right? The lesson there, again, I'm not into that myself, but a lot of my friends are. The lesson is, oh, what was my experience? And then how can I integrate that day to day in my real life? So if you go out and you get a lot of validation, which you're just going to, it's just going to happen. It could be random. It could just be like you just met 3 friendly people in a row, even if you're having the worst night of your life. Then when you feel that validation in your veins and you notice, wait a minute, I'm relaxing. My selective focus is changing. My RAS is changing. My reticular activation system. My breathing is changing. My voice is opening up. I'm saying things that are funny just for me. I'm saying what I want to say. Another big one, I'm not judging what I want to say. I'm owning what I want to say, and therefore I have a lot to say if I choose. Or I can lay back and be quiet and create a vacuum. We'll talk about that later, but you know when you're feeling good, you might create a vacuum. So you might alternate between expressing very freely and then making a vacuum. Okay, so you'll do a bit of that. And so you're just seeing these shifts, and it's these little subtle shifts that make you this incredible public speaker, that make you, see how I'm doing this right now without even having anything prepared? I'm just kind of rolling with it. This is pretty familiar material for me, but you've seen me off script as well. So it makes you an incredible public speaker. It makes you incredible socially. It makes you incredibly, if you want to be an ambassador for your brand, because social media is blowing up. So anything in business you want to do, you're going to want to learn how to talk to your audience. And another thing is that it loosens the mind and it makes the mind supple. And that's where, in my personal opinion, very likely you have the potential to get your next multi-million-dollar business idea. Because what I do, and he watches me do this, we'll go out to Montana together, and I'll be there just, I'll rent a big Airbnb, I'll be out in Montana, and the fire's got a fireplace going, I'm sitting there, and I just loosen my mind, and I just let it come to me. Do you see this? I just the same way that when I'm public speaking, I don't need to just always read off a script. I can sometimes. It can be fun doing that sometimes, right? But I can just loosen my mind and just let it come to me. I usually use notes if I want to be hyper specific, hyper accurate. But if I just want to get the energy to you and being very accurate, I go notes when I want to be hyper accurate. But if I want to be very accurate, but I want it to be more of an energetic transmission, then I loosen the mind and I let it come to me. Can you see how from this standpoint where these ideas could come from? Okay? Now, many of you don't know this, but if you look at our community that I came out of, go back in history and look at the names of most of the programs, most of the jargon, most of the terminology, most of the way that videos are filmed. Like you might hear a word like assume value or things like that, and you think, oh, that's like a general word, right? These are ideas that, I might have heard that word somewhere, and then I popularized that within our community. Things like that, okay? Things that you don't even realize where it came from because I've been doing this for 20 years. So myself and mentors of mine like Mystery actually brought a lot of these ideas, and you say to yourself, where did they come from? There was 2 main places. One place was a lot of experience, going out and trying things, but then after having that experience, you want to digest it, right? It's like the experience is like eating, then you want to digest it and plop out some gold. Well, basically what you do is, like I said with this example, you loosen the mind. You loosen the mind. You loosen the mind. And you'll see it. I'll get to the point where sometimes my mind just starts summoning this stuff, and you'll just literally see me opening up my laptop. I write something, then I sit down. I sit down. Oh my God, write something, sit down. Not again, it's like, not again. And it just keeps coming for hours. It just starts being born. So this is what we're going to be teaching you on this too this weekend, okay? How to birth great speech, your best self, your most authentic self, but also your amazing idea. An idea that you could use to offer value to then build around. And then we're going to show you how to present that idea and get more money for that idea. So there's going to be a lot of this going on this weekend, okay? But what I'm doing now is I'm trying to convey energy to you, okay? So sometimes I teach you as far as exercise, sometimes I teach you conceptually, and sometimes I'm trying to teach energetically. Is watching me here making this make a bit more sense in person and feeling the energy and the pitch and the tone and the looseness and the suppleness, the beginning to kind of congeal in the mind a little bit?
Yes.
Okay? Can you begin to see a bit of a gap or where I'm trying to take you to?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to take you somewhere, right? Somewhere looser, in a state of release, more open-minded, amazing ideas, amazing communication, thinking more optimistically, seeing the upside, seeing the possibility, opening yourself up to an amazing life without limitation. So that's what we're trying to get you. But let's keep going on the exercises then. We'll just keep smacking these, okay?
Yeah, that was amazing. So,
Trying to tag team you guys here.
So vocal projection. So same way we changed up the pitch, neutral, trying, breaking. We changed up a couple more things. Let's change up the projection. So I want you to do one sentence really, really loud. And as he was saying, stay in your release muscles. Remember you were saying that you ever having issues with your throat? Because you're in control muscles. So you're going to blow out your voice and really fuck up your voice if you're in your control muscles.
Yeah, and look, me and Sid by the end of this weekend, we will mess our voices up, but that's going to be from 4 days, okay? Not 10 minutes.
Yeah. 5 days technically. But yeah, so like stay in those release muscles. Make sure your voice, your vocal cords are open. If you're starting to feel, it's like you got phlegm in your throat, calm down, recenter yourself, reground yourself, do the make sure
Don't tighten it.
your mind is open, and then get back to there. And then when you go quiet, I want you to go one sentence loud, one sentence quiet. Same thing he was talking about with the vacuum. I want you to put a lot of attention onto each word. Put a lot of presence and awareness onto each word. So let's get, real quick, let's get you to come up here. I'll explain. You're gonna go one sentence loud, one sentence quiet. One sentence loud, one sentence quiet. Okay? You're gonna have a conversation with your partner. That's gonna be the exercise. So let's get you to talk to the audience about your story earlier. Let's talk about your boring story. Actually, let's talk about your exciting story. Go walk to audience. One sentence loud, one sentence quiet. Go do it.
All right.
Yep, go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
Doing the.
Whatever the exciting story was from before, from the divorce content from the subcommunication exercise.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
so go ahead. Just start.
Yeah, I was speaking about spring water. I'm very excited and enthusiastic about it.
So I was speaking about spring water. Like, go that loud.
Yeah. I love spring water. You know, it's pure. Doesn't have that fluoride shit. That fucking chloride.
Okay, good. So I like the loudness. More release muscle now. Try releasing even more.
All right.
Try relaxing while being loud.
All right.
But by the way, let me show you a point. The biggest shift that I noticed when I started coaching public speaking is me and Sid, we go very loud, but if you look at your hand like this, try doing that. Yeah. So see, so what'll tend to happen is in your voice, it'll tense up. So most people when they're up here, they're like, all right, I'm under threat, here I go. But if you're like, hey, like that, like you've got, I'm even messing it up a bit next, I'm thinking about it too much, but it's like, hey, do you see how as soon as I start thinking about it, even I start to tense up? You see that? It's very, very subtle. Okay, we're trying to show you a lot of subtlety. But it's like, the more that you can be loose and letting it move through you rather than forcing it.
Yep.
You'll get it as the 4 days. You got 4 days together.
You're walking into the culture.
And by the way, heads up, you guys know this isn't really 4 days. It's really 6 days, by the way. Do you know why? Because it's twice as long Saturday and Sunday. This is really the 6-day self-help program, not the 4-day self-help program. Right, yeah, it's a long, like look at what we're just getting tonight, and it's gonna be double and double Saturday and Sunday. So the program is long. It is long. So you will get this. Oh yes, you will get this.
Yeah, this is just the warm-up.
This should be the most transformative weekend in your life if we do this right. So stay focused.
Stay loose, do it again. It's like you're walking into a cold shower. If you're like, thinking about it,
Yes.
you're gonna drain your brain. Just walk in there, stay calm, breathe, let it out.
You got this, bro.
Go ahead.
Yeah, spring water is so amazing. If you want to upgrade your life, upgrade the water that you intake.
Okay, good. So you're more in your release muscles now, but push and elevate more.
Right.
So you have the release muscles, push and elevate more.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, so just start. Okay, so you're getting decision-making fatigue. Just jump in.
Right.
Yep. Adrenaline is good.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Marionette.
Yes, it is. It is.
All right, you're doing well. Just breathe. Take a deep breath. Like let your balls hit the floor. Good. Now go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you guys aren't on spring water yet,
Start walking.
then I don't know if you're conscious enough of what you're consuming.
All right, so you got to go louder. Yep. You're doing well staying in your release muscles, but you got to go louder. Elevate more. Just go, eh. Now do it more from release. Eh. Go, release. Eh. Go look at them. Go, eh. So oftentimes if we walk the crowd, we start yelling and punking every dude in the crowd, our subconscious opens up your mind and goes, oh shit, I'm the alpha of this group. So just walk up to him and go, you're a punk. Walk up to him, go, you're a punk. Go walk up to him, go, you're a punk. Go walk up to him, go, you're a punk. Start doing that.
All right.
Go, hey, you're a punk. Go, hey, you're a punk.
Hey, you're a punk. Hey, you're a punk. You're a punk. You punk.
Good. Now start talking about your story. Start talking about your story. Go. Loud.
Got that fucking spring water.
Yeah. Good. Now what I want you to do is this. Do the same thing. Like get the spring water loud and then talk about the spring water quiet. Draw the anticipation in. Draw their attention in quietly. Put a lot of attention onto each word. You got to meditate into the word. So go loud, one sentence, quiet the next sentence, and alternate. Go ahead.
The spring water. Do I have your attention yet? The purity of spring water. You want that in your body, blessing your soul, blessing your body, flushing out the toxins. You don't want to be accumulating it.
Now go loud. You're doing really well. How well is he doing? No, you're doing really well. You just got to keep going. Go ahead. You're doing amazing. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going.
I want to share something about spring water that maybe you're unaware of. There's one aspect of spring water that is very magical. It has extra hydrogen.
I want you to alternate sentences. Quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud. Okay?
Got it. This extra hydrogen ion or element, when we consume it, it's more hydrating. They say spring water is more hydrating than other hard waters, which can have toxins, can have...
I want you to go purely in the black and white for this exercise. Loud, quiet. So now you're kind of going quiet, medium, quiet, medium. I want you to go loud one sentence, quiet the next sentence.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm getting the decision-making
So
because the information
That's
I'm drawing up.
that's good awareness. So now you're aware of it. Go back into your release muscles.
Got it.
So let yourself get loose.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead.
So, spring water can be more hydrating than any other water you consume, whether it's bottled or tap water. Spring water has magic in it. It has...
You gotta alternate sentences.
Yes.
Just listen, alternate sentences. Loud, quiet. You're going quiet, 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 quiet.
Got it.
All right? Yep.
Maybe if you could just put a band in there. Show him at one time. Show him one time.
Okay, ready?
I get it. It's just that I'm just trying to pull in their attention, and then the ramp.
Pull in their attention. You can still alternate and still pull in their attention.
Got you.
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah. You can say whatever comes to your mind. Talk about whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can talk about the water thing or whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to talk about water. Yeah, I want you guys to. It's getting down to the elements. Starting with the base. Loud.
Now you got to go loud. Don't go back to quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
How spring water can be more hydrating than any other water that you consume is because of this extra hydrogen. When we're drinking spring water.
Okay, so back when I used to run track, there used to be this concept called run through the line, right? So oftentimes psychologically, if the line's over there, if I'm running a 400-meter sprint, psychologically you want to slow down before the line. So right now you're slowing down before the end of the sentence. You're going loud, and then before the sentence ends, you're going back quiet. Hold the loudness for the entirety of the sentence. All right?
Got you.
Okay, just work that mental muscle. Do it right now because we got to get to exercises.
Yes,
So, yep,
yes,
go.
yes.
Go ahead. Just go. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. Go.
One way we can deeply hydrate ourselves is by drinking spring water.
Go loud. One way we can deeply hydrate ourselves is by drinking spring water. Say it like that.
One way we can deeply hydrate ourselves is by choosing to drink spring water over other waters.
See, but you lost the volume at the end. Hold the volume the entire sentence. So try it again.
All right. One way we can hydrate our body deeply
Walk the crowd.
is to drink spring water. There's an abundance of hydrogen ions.
So, bro, just listen to what I'm saying. Go loud one sentence, quiet the next sentence. You got me?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Just
get
do
it.
that.
It's just like while I'm doing it, I'm just like processing information. And
That's all you got
drawing it
to.
out.
That's all you got to know. Loud, quiet. That's the only information you got to process. Loud and quiet.
Yes, I am thinking too much.
Yep.
He said to give less details about it and just do it.
Just go.
Quiet. Spring water is wonderful.
They're putting chemicals in water to turn the frogs gay.
Okay, go. Go ahead. Go for it. Just go.
Spring water is awesome. Tap water is shit.
There we go! Yes! All right, keep going. Good job. Keep going. Keep going. Tap water is shit. All right, keep going. Tap water is shit. All right, keep going.
There's a magic that happens when you drink in a spring water that has an abundance of hydrogen ions.
Low.
The extra hydrogen ions mate with the oxygen that you're breathing, and it births new water, pure water, straight
I heard it adds
from those elements.
I know. I mean,
All right, we just got to get you to pick up the pace a little bit. Just go loud, quiet, and keep going. You're doing really well, so just keep going. Yeah, you did amazing. Tap water is shit. Amazing. Keep going. Yeah. Spring water is amazing. Spring water is amazing.
Tell us
Tap
why
water.
tap water sucks.
Yes, fluoride. Chlorine, pharmaceutical drugs.
Okay, you lost your volume a little bit. Loud, the same way you were like, spring water is awesome, tap water is shit. Like, keep that cadence going. Okay? Remember that feeling and keep that going.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Tap water shit! Do I really need to explain? Yes, I do. Just think about the infrastructure of the pipes that tap water is traveling through. That shit is all rusted and fucking disgusting! I don't want that shit in my body!
Be quiet.
And you guys don't want that in your body.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, good job. You get out of the seat. That was amazing. All right. You guys getting a feel for the range? It's like boom, 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 loud. Everyone's engaged. And then boom, he draws the attention in. It's like boom, loud. And then boom, he draws the attention in. Oh, loud. Then he draws the attention in. Go, oh, loud. Do it. Go, oh, loud. Go. Now I draw the attention in. Go all loud! Now I draw the attention in. Now I draw the attention in. Okay, you guys get the gist of it? As you're seeing in your range of expression, there's a way to hammer, put your foot on the gas, and there's a way to draw the attention in, right? So let's go a little bit more into the hammer. So for you guys, I want to get you guys doing an exercise called staccato. So I'm going to break down his speaking into 4 different elements right now. And you get the caveat to,
Pay attention, guys.
seeing how him speak. Once I give you these exercises, the caveat will become obvious. So I want you to go up to everybody, say a sentence where you break down the word by syllable. And I'll give you an example. Now the point of this is because you want to practice your enunciation. More stuff to add to your repertoire of range of expression. Okay, so for you, I want you to go up to people and say, hey, when will you understand what I'm saying? Okay?
Hey, when will you understand what I'm saying?
You see that? Understand.
Understand. Again, not the permanent way we're teaching you to speak. People get so confused. They're like, is that how you do it permanently? It's called, remember wax on, wax off? Karate Kid doesn't just sit there waxing the thing all day, right? It's just an exercise. So this is just an exercise to show you range.
Yep, go ahead.
Hey, when will you understand?
Hey, when
Hey, when
will
will
you understand me?
Okay, copy his level of sharpness in the voice.
Hey, when will you understand me?
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 When will you understand me? When will you understand me?
Hey, when will you understand me?
When will you understand me?
When will you understand me?
When will you understand me? When will you?
When will you?
When will you
When will you
understand
understand
me?
me?
That's very good.
Good.
Okay. When are you? When are you understand me?
Yeah, keep changing up the cadence. Go ahead, go.
When will you? Yes, sir. Lower. I don't want to put that. Okay.
Hey, when you will understand.
I love that. When you will understand me. What is the word me? What is the word me in Russian or Ukraine?
Huh?
What's the word me in Russian?
Mean?
Yeah, no, what's the word me in Russian?
Yeah.
When, what is that? How do you say that again? When will you?
Yeah.
When you will understand, yeah. When you will understand, yeah.
Let me.
When you will understand, yeah. Okay, try that.
When
When you will understand, yeah.
you will understand, yeah.
When you will, no. Look at me. When you will.
When you will.
When you will.
When should I say?
Understand. When you will. When you will.
When you.
When you will.
When you will
Understand, yeah.
understand. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's really good, actually. Yeah, here, do that. That's really good. Keep going.
When you will understand, yeah.
When you will understand, yeah. When you will understand, yeah. When you will understand, yeah. When you will understand, yeah.
Yeah.
Understand.
This is really the Little John chorus. We're just teaching you to be a Little John. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Understand, yeah.
Yeah.
Understand, yeah. Go. Understand, yeah.
It's like a jam understand.
Go.
When you will.
Understand, yeah.
When you will.
It's like Borat. When you will understand, yeah.
When you will.
Understand.
When you will. Understand, yeah.
No, when you will. When you will understand, yeah. When you will understand, yeah. Go. When you will understand, yeah.
When you will.
Understand, yeah. Go. When you will understand, yeah. When you will understand.
Now go in your body and feel the emotion of it. Like, hey, when you will understand, yeah. Like, feel the emotion. Like, go in the emotion, almost like you're kind of doing this, you know? Hey, like, feel the emotion. Do it, just whip it up. Okay, yeah.
When you will
Understand, yeah. When you will.
When you will.
When you will.
Yeah.
When you will understand, yeah.
Do it in the Russian. When you will understand yeah.
Hey, when will you understand yeah?
No.
When you will.
Understand yeah.
When you will understand yeah.
When you will understand yeah.
When you will understand yeah.
When you will.
When you will
Understand yeah. When you will understand yeah.
When will you understand yeah?
Good, okay.
I am ya. I am ya.
I am yeah.
When you will.
When you will.
I am ya.
I am yeah.
When you will.
When you will
Understand.
understand.
Why you no understand ya?
Why you don't understand yeah?
Okay, very
When you
good.
understand yeah.
When do you understand ya? I.
Understand yeah.
Very good. The new rap song.
Okay.
2021.
All right, you guys wrote that exercise down? Staccato. What's the point of staccato? What do we use staccato for? Range of expression. Enunciation. Staccato is all about enunciation, having a sharpness in your voice. All right? So as Owen was saying, we're not going to permanently speak this way, but we layer this in and we apply it to our natural range of expression, our natural way of speaking. So it just adds a little bit more flavor. So, yeah, when will you understand yeah? When you will understand yeah. Man, I can say that line all fucking day. Yeah, say it again. Stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. I love it. I love it. That's funny. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So we got staccato. All these exercises, these four I'm gonna give you, you're gonna see Owen doing this in his speaking. You'll see this in his range. You'll be like, oh shit, that's how he speaks the way he does. He just stays in his release muscle and he does the same four things over and over and over again. So one of them is staccato for his enunciation. The other one is called shotgun, okay? Say that after me, shotgun. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Shotgun. Shotgun, like a shotgun. Yep. So shotgun's all about creating emphasis. It's about creating emphasis. So if I say, hey guys, I want to be the best public speaker in the world, right? The best. The best. Boom. Say boom. Boom. Say hey. Hey. Say hey. Hey. Good. It's almost like you had the sentence come in here, I want to be the best public speaker in the world. You hammer that one word. Put power behind that one word. It's like you hit it with a mallet.
By the way, you guys notice that me and Sid, like, I've been speaking for 20 years. He's only been speaking for, a year or two extensively focusing on it. Notice it doesn't look that different. Me after 20, him after, he's been successful for many years, but he's been focused on, how long have you been like focused on speaking? Maybe 18 months?
Yeah, I'd say less than that, maybe like a year or so.
Okay, so look at that. Yeah. So do you see what's going on here? And there's old video of him, stiff as a board, by the way. It's online. It's in my Instagram. I can show it to you.
I was telling you guys about, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing is when you do the exercises, you will begin to get the hang of this quickly. Like just by him being here, he comes here to practice because he knows the result that he'll get. So that's why you also want to put that effort into the practice, okay? We're breaking this down to you chunk by chunk. You will get it. So focus.
Yeah, his speaking is literally 5 or 6 tweaks to get 80% of the way there. Now, to get the other 20%, he's a world-class speaker. That's a lot of details. That's watching yourself on film. That's picking apart the nuances. But the fundamentals you guys can get down after this.
Yeah. If you look at the long-form content on YouTube, the people who you see that are doing long-form, dense videos on, they call that like infotainment, could be business, programming, dance, spiritual growth, whatever. I've either coached one-on-one huge amounts of people on YouTube, either one-on-one, or they're people that have watched our programs or come through our programs. So we trained a generation of speakers on social media that follow these same principles. We've trained speakers who you see that run huge businesses, and we're here to train you. Everybody excited? Yeah! Okay, let's keep on it.
Atif, I want you to come back up here. And then who else was going to have to leave the event soon?
This row here.
This row, this entire row. Okay, let's get you to come up here.
Yeah.
You can even lend him your mic too, like back and forth. Or does it go through that? Okay.
All right. When will you understand yeah? Do a shotgun on one of the left.
When will you
understand yeah?
No. When will you understand yeah?
When will you understand yeah?
Okay. What I want you to do is this. We're gonna do a little exercise here.
You.
I want you to go hammer one of the words, shotgun, right? As soon as I clap, switch it, say the same sentence, switch it up. Choose a different word. As soon as I clap, switch it up. Okay, got it? Ready? Go.
When will you understand yeah? 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 When will you understand yeah?
Okay,
when will you understand yeah?
Go. Okay, you.
And listen up, I can feel the self-criticism in your facial expressions. You're like, this sucks, right? It's like, I'm sorry, daddy, I'm not worthless, love me, daddy. Just, okay, and we all do that, okay? So just don't do that self-attack thing.
What fatigue are you under?
Judgment.
Exactly. Okay, go ahead.
When will you understand yeah?
You have to have your inner cheerleaders on your team. Find your inner Kanye West. I'm the greatest in the world. I will make the first $1 trillion company. I will be president. I'm a musical genius.
I'm the best!
I'm the best. Find
the
that.
best!
Yeah, good.
I'm the best! Yeah. When will you understand yeah?
Say, I'm a musical genius.
I'm a musical genius.
I will build the world's first $1 trillion company.
I'm gonna build the world's first $1 trillion company.
$1 trillion.
$1 trillion. $1
Trillion dollar.
$1
Trillion dollar.
$1
Trillion dollar.
$1
I'm a musical genius.
I'm a musical genius.
I'm gonna be the president.
I'm gonna be the president.
I'm the best. I'm the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
Yeah, get into their faces a little bit.
I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the greatest of all time. I'm the greatest of all time.
I'm Kanye West.
I am Kanye West.
I'm Kanye. Easy, baby.
Kanye West. I'm literally Kanye West. Look at me. Look at me. All right, good.
Go. I'm easy, baby.
I'm easy.
I'm easy, baby. I'm easy, baby.
I'm easy.
I'll be the president.
I'm the president.
I am gonna make the first $1 trillion company in the world.
I'm gonna make the first $1 trillion company in the world.
$1 trillion.
$1 trillion.
Dollar. I'm the president. I'm the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm Kanye West. I'm Kanye.
I'm Kanye.
I'm the greatest of all time.
I'm the greatest of all
The greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
You don't got the answer, Sway.
You don't have the answer.
You don't have the answer, Sway.
You don't have the answer.
Sway. You don't have the answer, Sway.
You don't have the answer.
You don't got the answer, Sway.
You don't have the answer.
I'm the president.
I'm the
$1
president.
trillion.
$1 trillion.
I'm the greatest.
I'm the greatest.
Kanye.
Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And I get paid to do this. All right. Now go.
I'm the best. I'm Kanye West. I'm Kanye. I'm Kanye. $1 trillion. Go. I'm Kanye West. I'm Kanye West. The best. The best. Kanye West is the best. Kanye West is the best.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the best. Shotgun, one of the words.
Yeah, I'm the best.
All right, go. Yeah, I'm the best.
The best.
Yeah, I'm the best.
The best.
The best.
Yeah, I'm the best.
It's like pucker your lips. The best.
The best.
The best.
The best.
Best.
The best.
Yeah, good. Keep going.
Best.
Best.
I'm the best.
Yeah.
Me.
Me.
Best.
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 Go. Hey, I'm the best.
Hey, I'm the best.
Hey, I'm the best. Hey, I'm the best. Hey, I'm the best. You're hanging with the best. Hey, I'm the best. Hanging with the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys got the gist of the exercise?
All that we're trying to do is snap you into alertness, right? Does it feel weird being in this event and it's like you can actually pay attention for hours and hours? You ever notice that? right? Don't you ever wish that your teachers would have been like this? Imagine your teachers at school, like it was like 15 years of education, right? And every day, like, this is going to be awesome. So that's one of the things that I also believe, as a sort of an aside, I believe that our public education system needs to go into some of those guru tactics to learn how to actually hold attention. Were you guys ever bored in school? I was so bored. And then what they do is they would do that whole Ben Stein thing, Bueller, and you know what? My caveman Owen brain wanted to be outside playing and having fun because they hadn't killed my spirit yet. And you ever feel like that? They're like, you're dumb. No, I'm not dumb. You just haven't taken my soul. That's what it is. You're like, no, this thing called ADD that you're trying to medicate with stimulants is me, that evolutionary part of my brain that would like to explore, like to hunt, like to do things, like to conquer space and own space and build new skills. That part of my brain is bored with you. And you're calling me dumb and trying to put me on amphetamines to hold my attention. In other words, trying to push a square peg into a round hole. And what wound up happening was I hit my final year of high school and they allowed independent study. And then rather than me being a failing student, I was allowed to study whatever I want. I started sneaking into the university library where I came from in Ottawa U. And what happened was I got the top marks in many of my courses in my classes in all of high school. They'd pass around my essays as an example, and I got in like the Harvard type equivalent in Canada, Queen's University. And so that was what happened when I was allowed to actually be stimulated and not bored. So that's what I'm trying to show each of you here, how to find that stimulation, how to be able to entertain yourself, how to entertain others, how to engage, how to break your pattern, how not to be in a derp state. Most of us walk through life in a walking daze, waiting to die. Waiting to die. And to me, what is far more scary than death is you don't even live at all. And that's not just a cliche. That's real. That's real. Like when me and him are the biggest Kobe stans on the planet, right? When Kobe died, I don't even feel that Kobe died. Do you know what I mean by that? Now, what happened is horrible, but it doesn't feel. Why does it not feel like Kobe died? Because he lived as such a legend. He has lived 1,000 lives. Kobe lived to be 100,000 years old because no matter how long the life, okay, this is a bit of an aside, but no matter how long the life, it's all too short. 100 is too short. 120 is too short. 150 is too short. 500 is too short. 1,000 is too short. But while we can extend the life expectancy maybe to 1,000 in the next couple hundred years if technology were to improve. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we could get to 120 now. Who knows? We can't have ultimate control over the breadth. But what can we control? What? The depth. We have control over what? The depth. We can control over what? The depth. What? 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 Okay, we can control the depth, right? So that's even an event like this here that's really just getting, I mean, this is like, we are just scratching the surface. You can't even imagine. What I'm trying to do with you here, and Sid is trying to do with you here, is to create depth with you. We're trying to create a deep experience, a profound experience. We're trying to rock you to your core, shake and rattle your core foundation, and get you to think differently, get you to think outside the box, get you to pull back on your life, have some altitude, see where you're going, see where you want to go, and give you the tools to get there, okay? That's really what we're doing with this kind of stuff. Now, do you see how just by shocking your pattern, do you see how much more fun life is just doing that? And that's why for years, I want to go to the best bars and clubs, meet the most attractive people, have amazing win-win adventures with them, or go to the coolest location, go deep into nature, like us being out in Montana, grizzly bears walking by, up in the mountains, not knowing what's going to happen, having my children with me, being in these experiences. This is the depth. Things like that, but you also even have to open your mind to it because you could be up there and you could be in the mountains and still be staring at your phone. You wouldn't have any reception, but you could still be, compulsively staring at your phone. So that's what we're here trying to do. We're trying to create a truly deep experience with you and to try to create a real transformation. We're trying to shock your core, rattle you up, and create depth. Okay, so everything you're seeing here is a pattern trap, but by the way, it can also be used in public speaking, communication, self-motivation. It is you learning to take control of your mind rather than being in a daze and waking up. Everybody feeling waking up? Yeah. Everybody waking up? Yeah. Everybody waking up? Yeah. Everybody waking up? Yeah. 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 Right? And feel that even when I get you to yell, you can go into that, right? So we can only hide from our depth and so much breadth. It's limited. Maybe you made 105. That'd be viewed as a miracle in this day and age, right? Who knows what can happen? But the depth can be infinite. So notice, like, you want to be at a point where you could look at a tree, and this is going to sound really weird and super duper weird, but you want to be at a point where you could look at a leaf and bring yourself to tears from that. Now, when I say that, you're like, it sounds so stupid. It's like, you should be at a point where you can look at a leaf and you bring yourself to tears. And yet, if you think about it for a moment, right now for most of us, if I said, would you rather have a Rolex watch or an hour in a park? Most of us would pick a Rolex watch. That only makes sense as common sense. But in reality, what is more valuable? That in that park, but the ability to actually perceive it. And you have to understand that what we have in the world is so rare. There's only one planet that we know like this. And I'll say, people that will be incredibly annoying, super irritating, people are like, I hate that guy. I'm like, you know what? I don't like him, but I love him. And you know why that is? Because still, any human being is still the most rare thing in the world. You look at different things that cost money and you think that's so valuable, you are worth trillions of dollars. Do you understand that? You are worth trillions of dollars. You are worth trillions upon infinite amount of dollars. Why is that? Because you're so rare. In this galaxy of empty space, you're so rare. And in finding that depth, in discovering that depth that you have, that's where the awakening can occur. So that is what we're really trying to hammer in all of the teaching, is a lot of pattern shifts. It's a little bit hard to understand the teaching. When you first hear about it, it's like this crazy guys, and they're up at the front, and they're doing exercises. Like, is that like what they're teaching is just to do that? What are they teaching? It's really a giant pattern trap. It's like a psychedelic odyssey down a rabbit hole, sober, okay? And that's really the capacity we have. So that's what we're building into, okay? We're not even 20% of the way into this event yet. I want you to understand that. So we're gonna be building very, very deep into this, and I really need you, almost like in your mind, to open the lens wide and really let it in. That's when the transformation happens, when you can really let in. And we're like the shamans here, guiding you down the rabbit hole, okay? You excited? Yeah. You excited? Yeah. Good. Okay, let's keep it rolling, a couple more, and we're gonna wrap soon.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys ready to keep going? Yeah. Perfect. All right, so staccato, shotgun. Let's bring up the third one. That's gonna be called stretch. All right, where we merge into the word. So let's get, you're one of the guys who has to leave early, right?
I'm not here.
Who has to leave early? You do? Let's get you up. Let's get you up as well. Cool, cool.
Him too. He made me promise yesterday. Get him up too.
I want you to do the same thing we did when we warmed up. You remember that? Do that right now.
Stifled. Do you feel did you feel yourself stifled there? That was your brain. That was your brain forcing your vocal cords shut. All
right, walk with me, go.
I like it. I like it.
Much better. How's he doing?
You have some great sound there. You have great sound in there. Can you feel him holding himself back? He's doing that to himself. Yes. And the more he gets out of his head, the better he gets. Go, yeah, 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 ay, papi. Yeah, he likes it. He's enjoying it now. You see that?
It's also
you get in there with him because you guys know each other. Get in there with them, both of you. Both of you. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Okay, get in there. Get in there. Both do it. Brother combination. Two brothers. He likes it. He's getting out of his head. He's getting out of his mind.
Everybody, we're going to do the same thing we did earlier. Ready?
But so the lesson there, by the way, he's probably told you, but the lesson is, when we do it in a group, we unlock instinctively because we feel like we're at the center. This was the lesson that I was trying to give you that one time, is that we hide. It's human nature to hide at the center. So we want to make the center It's almost like you're in a caveman tribe, right? And then you've got the lions on the outside. And what's your instinct? It's kind of get the middle, right? You know, it's like, say that we're in a caveman tribe, we're all here and there was lions. You're kind of like, I'm kind of getting here in the middle, right? It's our instinct. The safe place is in the middle. What we want to do is we want to make the middle not safe, and we want to show that it's actually safer to punch not at the wall, but punch through the wall. Does that make sense? When you punch at the wall, what happens to your hand? You could break your hand. If you just punch through, okay, be careful what kind of wall. You gotta know what you're doing. The idea behind it, if you knew how to do martial arts and all that, is you punch through the wall and it's actually safer. When I go out to bars and clubs, I feel safer to just be fully myself than I do to be half cocked. Why? Because half cocked gets you rejected. Going full on freaking works, okay? So it's a bunch of you guys are signed up on boot camps with me. We'll be doing a lot of that when we hit the field. It's gonna be, how many of you guys are signed up on a boot camp with me, by the way? Some of you guys? Okay, yeah, so it's good. We're gonna hit the field and we're gonna just, it's gonna be just like that. It's like you're in there and you're just being fully yourself. You're not holding back, not hiding at the center. That's what creates the attraction right there, especially in average looking guys, you know?
Do it again with you. You hold the note for like 10 seconds after they stop, okay?
Very good, very good. And so what we're doing is by putting him in the group doing it, he gets to feel how easy it feels in the group. And then what you've got to do is memorize how it feels, memorize in your physiology how it feels, and then when everybody stops, hold that. Okay? I like this. Okay, let's go.
All right, we'll do it again. We'll do it for you. Ready? Okay, amazing, amazing. Round of applause for him. Let's go for you. Ready? Good, much better.
And remember, as everybody's doing it with you, it's like, look, if you had to go out in the middle of a group of people and you had to dance, you're kind of like, well, you know, right? It feels stiff. But if everybody was all doing it, then you're like, yeah, you know, it's a lot easier. So what you want to do is familiarize yourself with how it feels when everybody's doing it, and kind of put that into your physiological memory. Is that the right word, physiological memory? Like in your nervous system, whatever you would call it. If anybody has a better word, you let me know. But that idea, memorize where that is. So like me as a public speaker, if say we all do it together, we go, and then pause, right? So then if I go, right, so now I'm getting a little on the end of the night here. My voice is cracking a bit. But you see the main idea, which is that I memorize how it felt when I have the whole group doing it. So I want you to take the main lesson is notice how loose you get when the group gives you permission. Memorize it in your physiological memory, your nervous system, and then do that on your own.
You guys got to get attuned to what that mental pocket feels like. Say mental pocket. Mental pocket. Okay? So for you guys who just did it right now really well, this transitions into the next exercise very easily. So the next exercise is called stretch. You're gonna sing into the word for a second. So if I say I love your beard and I stretch out a word, I say I love your beard. It's amazing. So I sing into the word for like a millisecond. Say I love your beard. Say it to the crowd. Say everybody go I love your beard. I love your beard. Say love. All right, good. But now we're going to shorten that. I love your beard. I love your beard. You guys got it?
This is what we do when we're alone.
Yeah. I love your beard.
Oh, he always gets me every time. Okay.
Any line you want. Stretch out a word.
Tonight is going to be amazing.
All right, good. Tonight's going to be amazing.
Tonight is going to be amazing.
So do it like the caricature, and then we'll do it more normal. So let's do the caricature first. Tonight is going to be amazing.
Amazing.
Okay, now tonight's going to be amazing.
Tonight is going to be amazing.
You see that? So we exaggerate, and then we integrate it into our communication in a more natural way. Do the exaggeration again.
Tonight is going to be amazing.
Go amazing.
Tonight is going to be amazing.
Good. Okay, good. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get you doing it. Any line you want.
Love your beard.
Okay, brothers. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Tonight is going to be amazing.
Pick a different line.
My beard is amazing.
Now say my beard is amazing.
My beard is amazing.
Say my beard is amazing.
My beard is amazing.
Say my beard is amazing.
My beard is amazing.
Go beard, breaking rapport.
Beard.
It's like singing to the word for like a split second. My beard is amazing.
My beard is amazing.
My beard is amazing.
My beard is amazing.
Okay, good. You go.
All right.
Anything you
This
want.
is a great group of guys.
Go great.
Great.
Yeah. And you're actually tensing on the part that you're trying to expand. You're so natural the way you are, but on the part you're expanding, you're questioning yourself more.
Am I like doing
Here,
that?
show me again.
All right. This is a great group of guys.
That was good.
Control muscle a little bit though.
Okay.
Go great.
Great.
All right, keep going.
This is a great group of guys. You guys are great guys.
Now
All of us.
pick a different word. Say this
Keep tweaking.
is a great group
Keep
of guys.
tweaking.
This is a great group of guys.
This is a great group of guys.
This is a great
Okay.
group. This is an awesome group of guys.
This is a great 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 group of guys.
Awesome. Let's get you to stand up. You say it. Any line you want.
Yep. You look spectacular.
Go spectacular.
Spectacular.
Stretch is all about elongation, right? Think like singing into it for a slight second. Do it again.
You look spectacular.
Now pick a different word.
Okay. You look amazing.
So you guys can't see this, but whenever he's stretching the word, he's going, you guys look amazing, right? You see the eyebrows? Amazing. So that's a little bit of an incongruency. Whenever you are slightly incongruent, it comes out in like a compulsive blink or a weird eyebrow raise or a weird tonality shift, like a trying for tonality shift. So just try relaxing, being really congruent to the stretch. Be congruent to the stretch.
Okay. You look amazing.
Do you see the eyebrows?
Yeah. Still probably like.
You look amazing.
You look amazing.
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 Okay, good. Much better. Much better. Okay, cool. Yes.
So you want to break the rapport on the stretch?
I mean, yeah. Why not? Let's go. You stand up. Glasses. Yep. No, other glasses. Yep.
I love your hair.
I love your hair.
I love your hair.
Put a little bit more energy and like potency behind your speaking.
The love part?
I love your hair.
I love your hair.
I love your hair. Okay, I love your hair.
I love your hair.
All right, let's get you to stand up. Yes.
I love New York.
Okay, say it to everybody.
I love New York.
I love New York.
I love New York.
Now go more natural. I love New York.
I love New York.
Okay, good. Let's get, who am I gonna pick, huh? Let's get you.
Especially guys in that second row.
Okay, we'll do. Go ahead.
This apple is delicious.
Go, this apple is delicious.
This apple is delicious.
Okay, good, you're doing well. Let's get,
Good vocal control there. I like it. You're getting out of your head well. It's nice.
Who else is
Yeah.
leaving soon?
Mostly that second row, especially that second row.
All right, let's get you. You guys can have a seat, by the way.
Love fresh air.
I love fresh air.
Love fresh air.
I 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 love fresh
I love fresh
air.
air.
Okay, good. Okay, good. And who else did I miss? Someone in this row. Who else is leaving soon? Okay, you stand up.
This seminar is fantastic.
So you see the eyebrows?
Yeah, this is a really, really big thing to note. You want to think of it like there's very, very specific tells for when you feel incongruent. So one of them is that you'll compulsively raise your eyebrows. Now, is raising your eyebrows in and of itself bad? Is it yes or no? No. Not at all. But what if you're like, hey guys, Hey, I think so. Hey. Hey. Right? Another one is a compulsive laugh. Is laughing bad?
No.
Not at all. It's amazing, right? But if you're like, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm doing the worst imitation of a laugh. Like, right? I mean, it's like a half joke. But if I was like, yeah, you know, it's like, that guy's a little crazy. Or that one. Okay, another one is a compulsive blink. Is blinking bad?
No.
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 Good. Okay, I'm just making sure you know that, because otherwise people will walk around like this forever. Okay, but compulsively. My name's Owen. Hey, I like that. My name's Owen. You see that? Okay, so those are the tells. Compulsive blinking, compulsive laughing, compulsive eyebrow raise. Those are the really big ones. Okay, the other one, of course, is the uptalk that we talked about as well. Okay, it's when it's compulsive. It's not. You should do these things as naturally as you want to do them. Do them whenever you want. Don't let your takeaway of this event be like, I can't laugh, I can't blink, I can't, like, don't do that. Don't do that. That's the reason I'm getting you to repeat that. But the takeaway is that when there's a compulsion there, it's a compulsion, then observe that you're doing that, and you don't even necessarily have to walk around like, like that, but just try to ask yourself questions like, well, why do I feel the need to do that? Where's that coming from? What belief system is that coming from? Again, laugh as much as you want. Raise your eyebrows as much as you want. Blink as much as you want. Please, please, don't let that be your takeaway. But if you observe yourself doing it compulsively, you've got to ask yourself, what is driving that? And then you want to follow the yellow brick road back down through your belief systems, through your trauma. We'll be doing that here today, because a lot of your communication isn't just changing it proactively at the communication level. It's also understanding what it is that's creating that communication in the first place, okay? Because you want to think of it like you have the outer behavior and then the inner game is what's happening. And you want to kind of put a monkey wrench in both. Does that make sense?
Yeah.